let me tell you, this YouTube thing is very tricky for me. Like recording bits and pieces of my life and then meshing it together, and hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So if it doesn't, I'm sorry. But thank you for being here. So tomorrow's the inspection, and today I'm gonna try to clean as much as I can because tomorrow Gracie will be home with me. So she's at kindy today. Also want to fix that, like it's coming off the frame thing. Guys, I love this home. It is our first rental here in Perth. We've lived in it for quite a while now, and just the grace of God that I've seen in our lives in this home, it's just been one of those really, how can this possibly be us? It's not us at all. It's definitely just the grace of God. Finding a great landlord or landlady is really tough, and we have a really wonderful one, so I'm just so thankful for her. If you've been following moving to Australia, you know that there's a rental crisis at the moment here in Perth. So finding a really good rental is like a needle in a haystack, and having one where you can actually live and not have so many requirements and regulations and conditions in your rental agreement is just wow. It's a great find. Yeah, I just love this home. Like, it's really pretty. It's one of the prettiest places that we've ever lived. There's a park that we walk to almost every day, and it's just wonderful. Like, the neighborhood is really nice, the people are really nice. Yeah, I love this home. And like, before coming here, I prayed over like having a dishwasher, guys. I've never had a dishwasher before. And for that whole first year, I didn't use the dishwasher. I was so nervous. Like, who else is afraid of technology? But now I use the dishwasher and it's brilliant. So yeah, just little things like that that make my life feel so good, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for our dishwasher. And people always ask, like, why don't you have a dryer? Because have you felt the sun? So I mean, don't feel pressured to get anything that you don't need when you arrive. The only things that we did really get were the beds, because that was important to us. Like, having your own list of what's important to you is a really good idea, so you don't overspend or, you know, deprive yourself of the things that are going to make you happy. So utilize Facebook Marketplace. It is amazing here. There are great finds on it for really cheap, if not free. Australians are incredibly generous with their things, so you can find some really amazing things on there. Just gotta look. Yeah, so just don't feel the pressure to spend on big purchases as soon as you come here. Really give yourself some time, settle in, and price check. Ask yourself, is this an essential? Will I get bored of it? Do I need it? Things like that. So if you're making the move to Australia or Western Australia, I pray you every success in your rental applications. It is a bit tricky, but if you are patient and just put in the extra work, you will find one that you love. And for us, we watched a lot of these YouTube videos about how to find a rental. We didn't really have a choice in the suburb, because when you go to those viewings, there's like 500 kidding, there's a lot of other applications and applicants there who also want the rental. So standing out and trying to get it for yourself is a challenge, but yeah, just put in that extra effort that extra personalized effort, and I know you'll be successful, because whenever you do something with hard work, diligence, integrity, of course it's going to work out. It has to. So I pray you every success. A few things I wanted to share with you guys. We live in a 3x2, so that is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It has 1 garage and an alfresco outdoor area. The house is not very big, but it is one of those lock up and go type of situations, which I found has been really helpful for just me, because here in Western Australia, as opposed to living back in South Africa, having somebody help clean your home is not something that you actually do. And things like washing your car, all of that in South Africa is really cheap. Having somebody come clean your home daily, if not weekly, really cheap. So here in Australia, the minimum wage is $24, I think. $24.10 an hour. So having like outsourcing those type of things is really expensive. So for the 2 years that we've been here, I haven't had anybody clean our home, which is, it's not something weird, but if you're coming from South Africa, you probably have had a helper, and here you don't have that. Nonetheless, so having a smaller home for us works because it's easy to clean, and when you have things like rental inspections happening 2 to 3 times a year, you want to be able to clean as efficiently and quickly as possible. So we have a rental inspection coming up, and I thought it would just be a really nice time to show you our home because it's going to be really clean. And another thing I want to talk about is utilities and how much we pay. So stick around at the end of that for the costing. Today is inspection day, and look at my laundry. Like, why would I do this to myself? I don't know. Do I like the pressure? Do I like work? I don't know, guys. Pray for me. It always gives me a bit of anxiety when the inspection is happening, because you just don't know what time the person is coming. So we've got this long hallway. It is a 3 bedroom by 2 bathroom. I made this one Christian's bedroom. I try to keep it as simple as possible, so when I ask the kids to tidy up, it's not really hard for them. That's his bedroom. And this is a bathroom next to Christian's room. So it's just a shower and a toilet. What's up here? For I know the thoughts I think towards you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not evil, to give you a future and a hope. That's Jeremiah 29 verse 11, if you're interested. And then we have a laundry. Only fits a washing machine. I've seen like people put like a dryer on top. I didn't want to do that. And I've been trying to grow some stuff out here. Sometimes I forget. Also try to keep these shelves pretty neat, so then the kids can help. And then this is the garage. And this is Gracie's room. So there was like nails on the wall when we moved in, and then my husband just covered it up. I'm not sure if we're allowed to like paint and stuff and put the light on. And then also pretty simple. Try to keep it easy so they can clean it. And this is the kitchen, you guys. At our last inspection, the guy checked inside the oven and it wasn't as clean. So this time I made sure it was really clean. I just cooked her some lunch, so that's why there's a frying pan on there. And I try to clean these filter things. If you know how to clean them, please tell me. I don't know. Yeah, that's our kitchen. It's our fridge. It's our gallery. My husband's granny gave us these. I love them. I love these prayers. Let me tell you about this one. Home. Here you are liked, you are loved, you are included, and you belong. So my kids know this by heart because I always make them say it. And it's important because to teach them that home is more than just a place. It's a place where they are included and loved and liked. Like they leave the house to go get an education, to exercise, to do all of those other things. But here at home, this is where they are loved, they are liked, because the world may not necessarily like them. There'll be times where, we're not always included. But here at home, it's important to know that this is where you are liked, you are loved, you are included, and you belong. So, things I've been teaching them. Okay. Also, pro tip, try to cover as many walls as you can. So I found this tapestry that covered a large portion of the wall, and there was nails in the wall, so hanging it up was pretty easy. This is our bedroom. Still haven't done the laundry. I don't know, guys. I don't know, this laundry thing. So this is a walk-in closet. There was no shelving in here when we moved in, so then I just got these like cheap hanging things, and that seems to be working for us. And then at the top, just extra storage stuff. And then this is the bathroom to our bedroom, shower. I really miss having a bath, can't lie, like a bathtub. And that's our bedroom. That's the outside area. This is our lounge area. Hi Gracie, hi puppy. Thank you for being such a good girl today. And this is Happy, guys. He makes me so happy. Look at him. I love him. Yes, let's go outside. I meant to empty out that pool, but I'm not going to do that now because I don't want water on the lawn grass thing before the guy comes. Managed to put a trampoline in here. There was coriander in that middle pot. I was so happy. And the flowers are looking really good. Thank you, flowers. Thank you, flowers, for being so good today for the inspection. And then look at these guys. Look at them. They're wildflowers, guys. I love these wildflowers. I literally just scattered the seed and look what happened. Look. Makes me so happy. Definitely makes me so happy. Thank you for being here, flowers. Okay, digressing. Those are the mats that I washed this morning for the bathrooms. I know I should have done that another day, but life, guys. And barbecue outside area. If you didn't know that this is actually called an alfresco. I didn't know that. I didn't know that there's such a thing called an alfresco. So this covered area is called an alfresco. The outside area that's not covered is called a courtyard. So in case you're looking for a rental and it says alfresco, now you know what it is. And what else can I show you? So that's our house. Need to do that laundry. And again, I just hung up things that were already, like if there was nails in the house, just hung up things. Like I didn't do any nailings to the wall. I didn't want to do anything. Shall I show you the garage? Okay. Door garage? Yeah. Look forward to having a double door garage. Look, my little baby's helping, guys. Like, oh, I just love this baby so much. Say hi. Say hi to the visitors. No. So guess what, you guys? I did the laundry. So now the house is all done. And this is what our bedroom looks like. That's it. Wish us luck for our rental, inspection. See you soon. So now that you've seen our home, I want to sit down with you guys and just talk costs. So we moved into this home in 2022. And I'm going to read up my paper because I had made a lot of notes for you guys. So in 2022, our rental was $510 per week. In 2023, it was $535 per week. So there was a $25 increase. And then in 2024, our rental is now $610 per week. Rental market here is wild. So in terms of securing a home is one thing, maintaining it is one thing, but finding it, like, that's the hard part. That's where you're gonna really put some elbow grease in, because finding your rental when you get here is gonna be, yeah, that has been one of the biggest challenges we faced when we got here. So I would really advise that once you get your rental, really read through the rental agreement so you understand that really well, so you understand when your increases will happen, what's your deposit, what are the tie-ins around that, and just what maintenance you are responsible for, because if you have like a garden or lawn or pool, those are extra maintenance that you need to be taking care of and maintaining really well. So we were really thankful to get the small home because we've got astroturf at the back and a really small patch of grass in the front, which is not really hard to take care of for us. And so those are things that you really want to keep in mind. What are you going to be maintaining beside the interior of the home? Another thing on your rental agreement is make sure that you understand when you vacate, what are the requirements of that? Because some landlords require you to have a professional clean done, not just you cleaning the carpets and the walls and all of that. So really take time to read your rental agreement, ask questions if you're not sure, because as a first time renter in Australia, you are going to have questions. So definitely ask. Before you move into the place, take pictures of the entire thing so you have that record of what it looked like before you moved in. So those are my tips. Based on our rental trend, if this continues, we forecast paying $695 2025. So one of the things that I really appreciate is that we have a really wonderful landlord, and getting those are really tough, you guys. So pray about it. Like, really just pray about every detail about this move. So utilities that we pay for is gas, water, and electricity. Weird thing is, in South Africa, you'd be paying monthly for these things. Here in Australia, our water cycle is every 2 months, our gas cycle is every 3 months, and electricity again every 2 months. So it gets a bit tricky when you need to budget for this, but once you learn a system and you put that in place, it becomes easier. Like for us, we found keeping away $50 for each of those utilities every pay cycle. By the time those things are due, we have like this sort of $900 buffer. And most often, those 3 utilities combined don't exceed $700 for the 3-month period. So just put a system in place. How much do you want to budget and save for each of those things? And it'll also be based on how many people are living in the rental. Our most recent utility bills I wanted to share with you guys so you have an idea. For gas, we paid $294, electricity $296, and water $160. So having that buffer really does help. And my final thoughts about renting in Australia. I sort of looked for rentals before coming here, and if you go onto realestate.com.au, you are able to access very current availabilities of rentals happening at the moment. So that was the most accurate website that we had used. My husband obviously came before us. He was here 2 months prior to me and the kids joining him. So in those 2 months, when I was still in South Africa, I would get onto realestate.com and I would just book viewings of rentals that I thought would be suitable for our family. And I would send him the location and the details and the time, and he would show up to the appointment and view the house and put in an application if it was something that we wanted. But be mindful of, if you do take that route of looking for a rental, if one of you is back in South Africa and one of you is able to look at the rentals here, have a budget in mind of how much you want to spend on a rental. For us, our budget at that time, because we weren't very, we didn't have a lot of information of how much our monthly expenses would be. We budgeted $400 per week. And when you get to the viewing, there are a lot of other applicants at the same viewing as you. So when you go to South Africa, for instance, for a rental viewing, you probably have the estate agent, just you and that person, right? Here there's like 10, 20, 30 other applicants at the viewing with you. So in most cases, they are gonna put in higher amounts. So if the rental is $400, they're gonna say, hey, I've got $450 or I've got $500. And whereas you, who only has $400 as your budget, did not plan for the bidding war, and now you are on the outs. So if you have a budget, try to shop, like have your budget in mind, but make that your max. So when you're shopping, you're looking lower. So then you have that little bit of leeway to put in a higher bid and say, I have $50 more or $100 more to put on this rental, because they do oftentimes go with the highest bidder, unless they really like you as a couple or family. Another thing that really helped us was, on the rental applications, they ask you for referrals and from previous tenancy. Like if you were a previous tenant, they want to know what your track record has been like. We owned a home in South Africa, so we didn't really have a track record of renting. So we put in, we showed them all of that. Like, you know what, we owned our own home and this is how we paid for it and stuff like that. Just showing them that you are a consistent payer if you have no referral here in Australia. Another thing that also helped us was having a personalized letter attached to our applications. I had written just a small letter on who we are as a family. I put on a family picture of us. I spoke a little bit about myself and my husband and our children, and just gave them insight into who we are as people and why we're here, what our intentions are, and just a little bit about our personality and our character. And I really do think that was what set us apart for this rental, because I mean, we had no previous renting history here, and this is a really nice suburb. So there were a ton of other applications, but I also just think that it was the grace of God. So thank you, Father. But yeah, you want to put in that just a little bit extra to make sure that your rental is successful. And yeah, I wish you luck. My final tip is, if you're making the move to Australia, I would 100% recommend that you do it on PR. The costs are a lot lower when you do this as opposed to doing it on a medium or short-term visa. Also, you want to have full working rights, so both of you, if you're a family who's making the move, both of you can work and just ease the costs on your family. Cost of living here is really high as opposed to South Africa. So in our first year, it was a real tightrope for us on a 482 visa, on a one-person salary, and having PR now really helps us a lot in terms of just the benefits and all of that, which I've outlined before. But if you're making the move as a family, always go for that PR option first if it's a viable option for you. I send you love and I send you light. Also, pray over everything. Like, leave nothing that you could possibly pray over. Leave nothing unsaid in prayer. Pray over everything. Pray over your home. Pray over your landlord. I do that all the time. Like, God, I thank you for this woman because she's so gracious to us. And in a crazy rental market right now where we have friends whose rental went up by $100 in that first year. Ours went up by 25. And, just pray. Like, your greatest weapon in this move is prayer. Pray over everything. When you get into that rental, pray over it, anoint it. May it be a place of peace and prosperity for you. May the burden be light. And I'll see you in my next one.